what's drip content learning and should you drip content? So let me give you a little bit of advice on what this is. Dripping content, this term basically means, for those who haven't heard it, that you are releasing content in pieces. I.e., let's pretend you've got a course that's 4 weeks long. I only want you to have access to module 1 in week 1, module 2 in week 2, module 3 in week 3, and so on. Everything else is locked and blocked until you get to that stage. You absolutely can do that to control the stages of learning, particularly if you have a cohort and you want that cohort, that group of people, to go through the training exactly at the same time. You can do this in Techmatics. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Now let me talk to you about pros and cons. Should you do this? Should you not do this? There is no right or wrong, all right? I really want everyone to know this is your own decision. You are the one doing your administration and only you can decide what's going to work for you and your students. But I'm going to give you a little bit of learning theory stuff here just for some consideration. I've talked about this before. You have two very different categories of learners when it comes to how people want to consume your content and how they process information. One is called an analytical learner and one is called a global learner. A global learner, I'm one of these, is someone who, we're a little psycho in the fact that we just want to skip straight to one particular part. Like a global learner will log into a course and they can skip straight to module 25 and go to this one particular lesson and be really satisfied that they're quite happy that they've got what they needed to get and they have no fear that they've missed anything else. They're the type of people who can pick a book off of the bookshelf and they can skip straight to chapter 6 and start reading from chapter 6. They basically focus in on, what do I want to learn right now? That's what I want to learn. And they will be so mad and frustrated if they've purchased something and they cannot get through the gate and they've got to wait 6 weeks to get to until that bit opens. Those are the people that would go, it's not going to be important to me in 6 weeks, right? I bought it today because I want to know right now, and you've locked me out from getting there. Those are the people who are going to ask for a refund straight away because they will be so inconvenienced and frustrated by the fact that they've been held back from their learning. Analytical learners, really straightforward, right? Those guys, you can drip away to those. Analytical learners really like things to be in order. They cannot possibly understand the psychopaths that can skip a chapter. They have to do 1 and 2 before they get to 3 because that's how it works. This is really important for you to think about. So it's not wrong to have drip content as long as you are really clear on your sales page. In module 1, week 1, you're going to get module 1. In week 2, you're going to get module 2. In week 3, you're going to get module 3. As long as you're explicitly clear about that on the description of your course or your program, great. However, I have found, and I've tried dripping in the past, and the global learners were like, I want 3, can you just let me forward to 3? I found that when your course is open, nobody complains. If your course is locked, global learners complain. So I found that to just avoid complaints completely, have the whole thing open. However, you don't always have to even go to the hassle of adding in the extra step of dripping your content. I just literally put, even if I haven't created all the content there, you guys have seen a Legends Lab, you're in a membership, right? Some stuff isn't coming until later because that's the way the membership's designed, because I want you to stick around and wait for that content to come, right? So this is where you will see, I haven't locked all the stuff that's to come. I simply have named the lesson, this content will be available at this time. And so you can do that if you're live creating your training as you're going through a program with real people in it. As long as the lesson title says this is coming on week 3 or this is coming on week 4, you don't have to go through locking stuff up either. So a bunch of things for you to think about. I'll really quickly show you where you do that inside your Techmatics account. You're going to click into your courses portal. Inside your portal, onto courses, click on products, go to your courses area. You're going to first of all add your course and make sure that you've put all of your lessons and modules in the skeleton of the program. Once you're inside and you've put all of your skeleton together, you will see on the module title itself, you have this little drop down that says drip. You click on the drip button and it will say drip from how many days. Now this, by the way, refers to the number of days from which the student joined the program. So if it's 0 days, it means I get module 1 from day 0, from the first day of joining the program. Module 2, it might not be available until week 2. So in this drip, I'm going to make that 7 days. Why? Because that will then give me access from 7 days after joining the program, meaning it's now week 1, week 2, right? So you get the point. You can also, remember, use your student workflows, your student check-in workflows to just remind people that it should be week 1, week 2, or week 3. i.e. with my Concept Course program, it's a 4-week program, I just have a really simple 5-step workflow where it says student has joined the course, send them the welcome email. Wait for 1 week, send them the week 1 email. Wait for 1 week, send them the week 2 email. You get the point? So there's a number of different ways that you can guide people through your program. There's just some ideas and food for thought for you.